I'm Kendra Cook, your host for the DCTV Daily News program out of Dove Creek, Colorado. The Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest Colorado TV Translator Association. That's the special district association responsible for bringing the area free-to-access TV stations over the air by antenna. This is a community TV station, so if there is a news story or event information that you would like to share, you can call us. The number is 970-677-4119. If you're a business or organization, we welcome you to find out about sponsorship opportunities for banners or video segments run on the channel. This is the Monday program for June 29th, 2020. DCTV Daily News. Unfortunately, we will start off with the news update on local area fires from over the weekend. That storm that came through brought no rains to speak of, but hammered down with some lightning strikes. From the Journal and the Durango Herald reports, with photos courtesy Ruth Wilson and Neil Dolder. A fire in Yellow Jacket Canyon southwest of Lewis on Sunday night reached 378 acres. The blaze, dubbed the Yellow Jacket Fire, was burning on the edge of Canyons of the Ancients National Monument just west of the intersection of roads 19 and V, reportedly, and was near farms. I've also heard it near 16 and V. The fire was growing, but no structures or residences were threatened, Montezuma County Sheriff Steve Nowlin said on Sunday. As of 10 p.m. Sunday, the fire was at 378 acres, up from 80 acres at 6:15 p.m., according to the Durango Interagency Fire Dispatch. Lightning from a storm Saturday night was the suspected cause. Smoke from the fire northwest of Cortez was reported about 1 p.m. A rising plume of smoke is visible from Cortez, Dolores, and Dove Creek. BLM, San Juan National Forest, and local firefighting departments are responding to the scene, and the strategy is full suppression. Because of its remote location, air support was called in to drop fire retardant. The fire is burning in pinyon juniper and is moving northeast. It is being attacked from the air, he said. High winds pushed the fire. A red flag warning was in effect for Montezuma County. 7 wildfires were reported in the area on Sunday, according to the Rocky Mountain Area Coordination Center. The spring fire was burning on Canyons of the Ancients National Monument south of Road N. It reached 150 acres on Sunday night and also was under a full suppression plan. A 1-acre wildfire burned in Beaver Creek, northeast of Dolores on the San Juan National Forest. The fire was discovered at 3:13 p.m. on Sunday and was being managed as full suppression. The cause of that fire is unknown. And towards Mancos, again, a wildfire on the southeast side of Mesa Verde National Park grew to 46 acres by Sunday morning. That according to Larry Hemmelrich, a fire information officer at the Rocky Mountain Area Coordination Center in Lakewood. A Type 1 heavy helicopter, a smaller helicopter, and an air supervision module were being assigned to the blaze, dubbed the Moorfield Fire. Multi-agency staff working on the ground include employees from the National Park Service, the Bureau of Indian Affairs, and the U.S. Forest Service. The fire was discovered about 5:40 p.m. and was estimated late Saturday to be burning on 25 acres. By Sunday morning, it was an estimated 46 acres. It burns about 5 miles southeast of Moorfield Campground, a mile from Mountain Ute boundary. The fire broke out during a red flag warning in effect through 9 p.m. on Sunday, which has been extended to 9 p.m. tonight. Montezuma County Sheriff Steve Nowlin, who was at the site of the East Canyon fire on the Montezuma-La Plata County line, attributed the fire to a lightning strike. About a half dozen strikes were reported on Friday in Mesa Verde, including one near Battleship Rock. Nowlin added that crews were monitoring the Moorfield fire. The East Canyon fire was 100% contained on Saturday and remained at 2,905. All evacuation orders were lifted. Christy Brown, Public Information Officer for the fire at Mesa Verde National Park, was unavailable on Saturday for comment. On Sunday, she added in a news release that Mesa Verde National Park was managing the fire and that the park was still open. Services in Moorfield were not affected, Brown added. The Moorfield fire started 5 days after the national park announced an extreme fire risk because of hot and dry weather on June 22nd. Both a red flag warning and an extreme rating mean fires have a potential to escape initial attack and spread. The park closed Spruce Canyon, Point at Lookout, Prater Ridge, and lower petroglyph trails, in addition to Weatherill Mesa road sites and trails. And another reminder that in Dolores County, as well as Montezuma County, an open burn fire ban is in place. With these dry conditions and winds, any fire could get out of control quickly. As we head towards the July 4th weekend, please camp and recreate responsibly so that all may enjoy a healthy and relaxing weekend. And now let's take a look at that local weather. Still no rain in sight. Today, mostly sunny with a high near 79 degrees, so a nice bit cooler. Windy with a red flag warning until 9 p.m. with south-southwest winds 20 to 25 miles an hour, increasing to 25 to 30 miles an hour this morning, and wind gusts 45, so hold on to your hats. Tonight, mostly cloudy, then gradually becoming mostly clear with a low around 46 degrees, still breezy with a southwest wind at 20 to 25 miles an hour, but becoming light and variable. Still be aware that the winds could gust as high as 40 miles an hour. Into Tuesday, cooling down even further with a sunny day and a high near 74 degrees. East-southeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming west-southwest by afternoon. For Tuesday night, clear with a low around 45 degrees and breezy and a bit gusty, just to 20 miles an hour. For July 1st, on Wednesday, we're looking for sunny skies and a high near 80 degrees with light and variable wind, gusts to 20 miles an hour. Wednesday night, clear and a low around 50 degrees. For Thursday, another sunny day with a high near 83 degrees. Thursday night, mostly clear with a low around 54 degrees. For Friday, again, sunny with a high near 85, with Friday night mostly clear and a low around 56. Looking for July 4th, the Independence Day for our country, another sunny day with a high near 86 degrees. Saturday night, mostly clear and a low around 57. And now, back to the news. As we continue to navigate through the new world of 2020 and beyond, specifically in response to the threat of a pandemic, which fortunately we have not seen parallel increasing deaths or hospitalizations to the increase in testing and subsequent increase in positive cases regionally. Currently, Dolores County continues to have 0 cases identified. A quick note that there are currently mostly 2 types of testing: the nose swab that tests for any indication of the virus currently being active, and then the blood draw test for antigens, which would indicate potentially whether the body's immune system had already reacted to the virus and compensated to fight the imbalance, which is what our bodies are programmed to do to remain healthy as we live in a world filled with bacteria, viruses, and fungi that we live amongst all the time. Anyway, all of this data is all being lumped together at this point, which does not really allow for the best interpretation and therefore forward-moving strategy. So just keep that in mind when you hear the reports on the other news. It's very much like the coroner reporting causes of death versus status of potential viral infection at the time of death. We know there has been a lot of confusion over that data processing as well. Discernment is key these days. Be a strong, responsible human being and question everything boldly. So far, most all businesses are back up and running in some capacity here in Dove Creek and surrounding county areas. The outlook in Cortez is a bit different, as reported by the Journal. After months of closures, the city of Cortez gradually has reopened facilities and services. Keeping up with rapidly changing rules and regulations, officials have reopened many programs and equipment at the rec center, while other city-operated services like the library are finding ways to adapt. The Cortez Recreation Center is set to head into its next phase of reopening, that according to a June 25th news release. The center officially reopened June 8th under its Tier 1 plan, which meant equipment was dispersed between the upstairs fitness area and the downstairs gymnasium. Public locker rooms and fitness classes were closed, and lap lanes at the pool were limited to 1 swimmer per lane. Hours were limited to 5:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Monday through Friday, and all patrons were expected to wear masks when not exercising and have their temperatures checked at the door. A Tier 2 reopening is expected to begin next week on Monday, July 6th. Equipment will still be dispersed throughout the facility, but the gymnasium will be divided in half, with up to 15 patrons able to use exercise equipment on one side and others able to shoot baskets on the other, using personal basketballs and only 3 to a basket. The rec center hours will remain the same. Racquetball courts are opening up along with a limited number of fitness classes. Reservations should be made 72 hours in advance. Advance reservations are requested for the swimming pool lap lanes with 3 people per lap lane. If multiple people are swimming in a lap lane, though, they all must be from the same household. Temperatures will be taken at the door. Masks will still be required when patrons aren't exercising, and public locker rooms, the rock climbing wall, and the leisure pool are still closed. For more detailed information, visit the city's website. The community recycling drop-off began accepting materials once again. That happened on May 20th, although on a limited basis. Bins are available for aluminum cans, pans and foil, cardboard, and tins, steel, ferrous metals. But right now, no other recycling products will be accepted at the drop-off center. No plastic, glass, newspaper, or mixed office paper will be taken. The Cortez Public Library is still operating on a curbside basis, with patrons able to request materials and pick them up out front. The library has been hosting a variety of virtual events though, including writing workshops and a series of community discussions about racial inequality. The Dolores County Library within the DCHS school is also remaining open via the curbside pickup and drop-off basis, but they're looking into options of how to make a library visit safe for all visitors. And somebody is calling. The Durango Herald reported on the follow-up to Farmington's growing airport opportunities. Flights direct to Denver coming in October. That's if we're still able to fly. The national ID system and infectious disease concerns are also a pink elephant in the room, but hope we will prevail. Four Corners residents who want to fly to Denver will have another option besides the La Plata County Airport starting this October. Four Corners Regional Airport in Farmington will begin offering daily commercial flights to Denver this fall, the first time the airport has had a commercial flight in 3 years. Farmington City Council voted unanimously on Tuesday last week to approve the contract with SkyWest Airlines for Denver Direct. Those flights will begin in October. Quote, "We're all excited about the new air service," said Four Corners Regional Airport Manager Mike Lewis. The tentative flight schedule is designed to arrive and depart Denver with enough time for people to make connecting flights at the International Airport Hub. The daily flight will leave Farmington at 7 a.m. and arrive in Denver at 8:10 a.m. The return flight will leave Denver at 8:20 p.m. and arrive in Farmington at 9:30 p.m. The city has contracted with SkyWest through 2022, when the contract will have to be renewed. The planes will fly under the United Express logo. Great Lakes Aviation, the previous company contracted with the city, left Farmington in 2017, citing a pilot shortage. The return of commercial flights to Farmington is a strong component in the city's economic development and outdoor recreation initiatives. Lewis said it offered a great opportunity to do a lot of outdoor activities and to get people into the Farmington area. Quote, "When you're trying to market outdoor recreation and retirement living as two of your components for economic development, you need to have people who could fly directly to your city so that they can do those things," said Farmington Mayor Nate Duckett during the City Council meeting, which also then builds up your outdoor recreation businesses because you're going to have more demand for the services that we can provide, end quote. While the fares have not been determined and negotiations are ongoing, Lewis said that the addition of a Farmington option could help reduce the cost of flights throughout the region. Quote, "The only options are Durango or Albuquerque. These flights will have a downward pressure on the fare cost," Lewis said. It will allow competition in the Four Corners region. Lewis said that the city commissioned a survey last year of people who flew within a 90-minute drive time radius of Farmington. The survey found most of the market drove to Albuquerque to fly. Only a little over 20% drove to get on a plane in Durango, Lewis said. The airport received a $3.45 million grant to extend the runways from the Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA. The airfield was also repainted and received fog sealing to extend the runway's life. The city also received a grant of $850,000 from the FAA, a $200,000 grant from the New Mexico Department of Transportation for promotion and revenue guarantee. Farmington has a long history of aviation in the area, with the first commercial flights starting in 1947, Lewis said. In 1983, there were 6 airlines offering flights in and out of the city. The regional airport boarded as many as 85,000 passengers per year, about 235 passengers a day in 1995. Lewis said that while a lot of the air travel since then has migrated to Durango, quote, "We think having an alternative in Farmington will be a great thing for Durango and Farmington." And a note here in Dove Creek, some people actually go all the way to the Moab airport to look for other direct flights out of Moab, Utah. And please, people, in this article, you may not believe people would do this or not, but the Durango Herald reported on it that there have been 3 reported deaths resulting from methanol poisoning contained in hand sanitizers. That according to the New Mexico Department of Health. That's right, some individuals thought ingesting the hand sanitizer would be a good idea. And by the way, it's not. That's why it says hand on the packaging. So the New Mexico State Agency announced the deaths on Friday, saying 2 of the deaths have occurred since May 29th. In addition to the 3 deaths, 3 other people are in critical condition and 1 has been permanently blinded from the poison. The first case was reported May 7th to the State Poison Control Center. This is a serious concern. All 7 people are said to have drank hand sanitizer that contained methanol. Quote, "If you think you may have used or consumed hand sanitizer containing methanol, please seek medical care," said Kathy Kunkel, the Cabinet Secretary of the Department of Health. An antidote to methanol poisoning is available, but the earlier someone gets treated for methanol poisoning, the better the chance of recovery. Methanol is a toxic form of alcohol that can cause kidney damage, blindness, and death. It can be fatal when inhaled or applied onto the skin, but is most dangerous when it is ingested. The announcement of the poisonings in New Mexico comes a week after the U.S. Food and Drug Administration advised consumers to be aware of hand sanitizer that contained methanol and advised consumers not to use 9 brands that have been found to have methanol in them. The 9 brands are, you get a pencil and write this down, All Clean Hand Sanitizer, Esk Biochem Hand Sanitizer, Clean Care No Germ Advanced Hand Sanitizer 75% alcohol, Lavar 70 Gel Hand Sanitizer, The Good Gel Antibacterial Gel Hand Sanitizer, Clean Care No Germ Advanced Hand Sanitizer with 2 versions, 80% alcohol, Clean Care No Germ Advanced Hand Sanitizer 75% alcohol, and Saniderm Advanced Hand Sanitizer. In its statement, the FDA said, although all persons using these products on their hands are at risk, young children who accidentally ingest these products and adolescents and adults who drink these products as an alcohol ethanol substitute are most at risk for methanol poisoning. The FDA said it had contacted the companies to remove the hand sanitizers containing methanol from the market on June 17th, but no action has been taken to date. Kunkel advised anyone who had purchased any of those brands of hand sanitizer to stop using them and dispose of them like it is a hazardous waste. The New Mexico Department of Health also advised that non-commercially produced hand sanitizer could potentially contain methanol. So we're sad for the families and our condolences go out to them. Enough said, don't drink the hand sanitizer or anything else that isn't meant to be consumed. Keep your immune system healthy, exercise, get sunshine, there's plenty of it out there. Look into supplements like C and D3 and zinc and multivitamins as general standard methods many people perceive help their bodies to do their jobs at keeping in balance and not in dis-ease. This is not a health recommendation, so as not to incite any ideas that you should follow this. By no means, I am not a physician, but you can consult with one at the local clinic if you want to pursue options for best methods of keeping healthy through the potential spread of viruses throughout the year. For stories and updates in between the news, check out our Facebook page, which is DCTV Daily News, where you can also watch the program replay along with the news links and stories of local interests. And I will be posting up that list of hand sanitizers, so you can check that out later on the Facebook page. And you too can share other events or news there and join in on the conversation. This is your local community TV station, so if you have something you'd like to share, contact us. The email is dcbnnews@gmail.com, or you can call the station at 970-677-4119. Thanks for tuning in to DCTV Daily News. Programs are broadcast Monday through Friday with replays online on our YouTube channel and our DCTV Daily News page on Facebook. And if you like the program, please do like and follow us on Facebook and share it with your friends and family. This has been a production of DCTV for the DCTV Daily News program out of Dove Creek, Colorado, USA. I'm Kendra Cook. Again, thank you for watching.